I think it's a very healthy forum, a lot of participation from all the industries and across all the verticals, and we do hear a lot of inputs and I think ideas from the rest of the colleagues in the other parts of the industry. So I think it's useful and it's also a place where people get to connect with each other and build relationships. So I think it's a good initiative. So the market will always go through ups and downs. So uncertainties are a part of the business cycle. I think from our perspective, the strategies that we decide and determine have to be executed regardless of how the market behaves. So I think from our perspective, when we look at how the customers are interacting with us, what kind of innovative services and solutions we can offer to them. So we continue to invest in those ideas and innovations and bring to life, regardless of what the market is doing. Now, in terms of how we also have an ability to look at the market differently is because we have diversified our business strategy so that we look at different types of businesses to invest in. And so therefore, no particular industry or no particular segment should, effectively create a bottleneck for us. So that's the strategy that we follow. So our technology strategy also kind of looks at providing solutions across a suite of different business verticals, across different products and market segments. So as an example, we lend to the retail segment, we lend to the corporate segment, now we lend to the microfinance segment, right? So, so we have lending across all the verticals and all the businesses, reaching out to actually from the top end of the population to the bottom of the pyramid. So I believe that with that kind of a strategy, you diversify and you use that uncertainty to create market opportunity. So there's no one game-changing technology. I think it's going to be quite a few, and I think we have heard the buzzwords a few years back about how social mobility, etc., were ruling the thought processes. So I think from where things stand now, using data, using artificial intelligence to take decisions on the customer journeys, on credit, on underwriting, those will probably become a kind of more, I would say, mainstream and more prevalent. Also, I feel that there's going to be a fair amount of work on cloud, particularly with multi-cloud strategy being a reality now in India, with all the cloud providers being in India from a data localization point of view. So I think beyond that, the technology change is very, very fast, and we should prepare ourselves for all those kind of changes that comes up. But that's a very important type of collaboration, because in isolation the CISO cannot function, and in isolation the CIO also cannot function. So what I would see happening is, first of all, having a very clear idea around what is the cybersecurity strategy for the company, and therefore define the policies, the applicable policies, and then govern them to them. So I think from a CISO and CIO point of view, there should be a handshake. There should be a clear understanding of what the strategy is, and I think there should be effective, looking at effective management and measurement of those risks, so that at any point in time there can be a course correction that can be done, right? In fact, in future, I see a lot of joint projects being delivered by both the CIO and the CISO community, because ultimately, the cyber risks are very evolving. So, we cannot really define a boundary to it. So I think that is going to be a very collaborative kind of a